Alright, today's story is Robot Dog. Maybe they don't poo all over the place. In a factory on a hill, a huge machine made robot dogs. The robot dogs rolled out of the factory and were delivered to owners who played with them and loved them and cared for them. The dogs were very happy because all dogs, even robot dogs, want an owner. Seriously? One little dog on the conveyor belt was very excited. "I wonder what my owner will be like," he said. "What will I be called?" He was much too excited to sit still. He jumped and frolicked and bounced up and down, but then crash! He bounced too high and clonked his ear, and at once alarm bells rang. Red lights flashed and a cloud of smoke whooshed as the huge machine ground slowly to a stop. Ruh-roh! The machine inspected the robot dog very carefully. Finally, a voice boomed, "Not rusty or dusty, not battered or bent, no patches or scratches, but there is a dent. Scrap." "So that's my name," thought Scrap, as the machine picked him up and dropped him through a hatch. Whee! Scrap slid down a chute and landed in a yard full of junk. There, staring at him, were some other dogs. "Hello," he said. "I'm Scrap. Where am I? Where's my owner?" One of the dogs said, "You don't have an owner. You're a reject like us." Aw. Kicked to the curb. Bumper, Dent, Scratch, and Sniffer all lived in the yard. They made it comfortable, and it was a wonderful place to play. Just a bit messy, the way dogs like it. See? They often played with other dogs who had owners, but sooner or later their owners would call, "Come on, Shiny, dinner time, Sparkle." Then they stopped whatever they were doing and ran home. Seeing the other dogs go off happily to their owner made the yard dogs feel a bit sad. Gotta have drama coming up. "Why don't we get an owner?" said Scrap one day. "They take a lot of looking after," replied Bumper. "They like things to be tidy, and you need to play games and fuss over them to keep them happy." But the more they all talked about it, the more they really wanted an owner. "How can we get one?" said Sniffer. "We're rejects." At the reject dog store. Ha ha! There must be a way, thought Scrap. As Scrap started thinking, the cogs in his brain started turning. They went around faster and faster as he thought harder and harder. "I got an idea," Scrap announced to the other dogs excitedly. "Come and help me." The dogs raced around collecting anything that might be useful. Did I miss a page? They worked all day and all night, and by the next morning the dogs were exhausted, but very proud because there stood an owner. He was rusty and dusty, battered and bent, patched, scratched, and covered in dents, but he had a heart of gold. Aw, look at that. It's so sweet. The owner played with them and loved them and cared for them, and the dogs were very happy because all dogs, even robot dogs, wants an owner. Aww. The end. Love you guys.